Yeah, holy. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Roman Post here with the 2.3 patch notes update on Genshin Impact. We have so many things to go over. We have things from Christmas events to a bunch of doggos everywhere, anywhere to be found. But without that, I don't want to stall any longer. Let's dive in and let's jump in and see what we got going. Okay, you guys, one of the first major things to go over is the fact that we're getting Arataki Itto, which we all knew was coming. Turns out he's actually not going to be the first event to be coming. He's actually going to be the second part of 2.3. So we're going to go into event banner before that. I'll get to that in a second. Arataki Itto is kind of a stack-based unit. He gets everything like a bonus on his second and his fourth hit, which is kind of gnarly and disgusting. And then as his burst, he gets that giant hammer and mallet thing that goes and smashes and destroys and gives him fat stacks as well that give him increased bonus damage and also make him a little bit more resistible to stagger. So Arataki Itto is actually kind of going to be nutty. He has skills with that defense. He also gets a lot of bursts that consume the stacks on his second and fourth hits that he gets from obtaining more people. He also summons this little cow thing that gives him a stack on summon, and also when it takes hit damage, and when it leaves it gives him stacks as well, if I believe when I'm correct. So the Arataki Itto is going to be kind of nutty. A fat DPS. He's going to work so well with a bunch of the other Geo units that we got coming up. He's going to bring a lot and a different kind of take to Geo units, which I think will kind of give a nice little buff and support to Geo, since they've kind of been struggling a lot with the popular fan base. Okay, for our second new character that we're getting this patch is going to be Garo, the pop commander, whatever he calls, top dog, I believe. Homeboy, he summons a cool little paw thing off his elemental skill, which I think is amazingly cool. Now, this little skill allows you to get buffs per amount of Geo characters in your team. This is what I'm saying with giant Geo characters. It will allow them to get a 30% defense buff, I believe, with one Geo unit. It gives you another buff when you two, and then it gives you another buff when you have up to 3 different, which one of them is damage increase. So Garo is going to be insanely good if you have Arataki Itto and even Li or Albedo. It's going to bring a new take to Geo units, which is going to be crazy, along with his other buffs. The first one sets a flag down on the ground, and anyone within that range, it gives you buff per Geo unit in there. Also, he has his elemental burst that gives him extra damage and increases based off the amount of times. It just follows you around. So all of this is going to be huge, major defense buffs, major important things. It's going to be insane. Garo is going to be definitely a very good buffer to Geo, which I think will be crazy for a full Geo team and bring a new take to the Geo units, which I think is going to be fantastic and kind of needed, given Geo's a very unpopular element. The next thing is the order of the event banners. Now, our very first banner, instead of getting one event wish banner, we're going to be getting 2. It's going to be Albedo and Eula. The fun thing to know about this is that if you summon 40 or 50 units, or 2 to 4 to 5 multis, however multis you spend on Albedo, that will go and save the same stack of pity for Eula. So if you want to summon and get whatever supports are on Albedo's for the 4 stars, you're able to do that, and then you can go summon for Albedo as you get closer to your pity. So if you want Albedo or Eula, you can do that. But if you want the 4 stars from Albedo's banner, it will allow you to do that, which is a really fun and neat fact, which I absolutely love. That is fantastic. And then for the phase 2, we're going to get Arataki Itto with Garo all up on that one banner, which is honestly kind of surprising. I didn't think they'd put both the new characters on their own. So it's impressive. It's cool. I'm going to be summoning. I'm so excited for Arataki Itto. He's going to be nutty. He's going to be fat damage. And I'm so excited for his weapons and artifacts, which we're going to dive into here soon. All right, you guys, here are our 2 new artifacts that we have. The first one is the Husk of the Opulent Dreams. This is completely defense-based and Geo. Now, for the first part, it just gives you a straight 30% defense buff, which is really, really nice. We'll see if this actually comes into play and see what the scaling's like on Arataki Itto and Garo. But basically, long story short, for the 4-piece set, you gain stacks. If you gain faster stacks at 0.3 seconds when you're on the field, when hitting with the Geo move, and you gain them every 3 seconds when you're off the field. So this also stacks up and gives you 6% defense and 6% Geo damage bonus up to 4 times, which is kind of nutty, and it's going to be stacking, which I think is going to be so helpful for both Garo and Arataki Itto. So set farming, this is going to be crazy, and especially we finally have something for our Kokomi lovers, this Ocean Wade clam. All right, for this new Ocean Wade Clam artifact piece, this is going to be perfect for Kokomi, which gives you a 15% healing bonus on the initial. And long story short, for this 4-piece, it basically, whenever you heal, you'll summon a little thing that stacks up, and after 3 seconds, it will explode and deal damage based off the amount of healing that you have done, 90% of that to be specific. So this may actually change the way you build Kokomi. You may not build her like a regular sub DPS with her Hydro damage, as well as her Maidens. You may be changing it to this, since you'll have this instead of Maiden's Choice, and it'll allow you to kind of do potentially more damage. So if you stack a lot more HP and which will increase your burst, which will increase your overall like damage, and which will, I think, will bring a lot different of a take compared to the normal healer sets. So this Ocean Blade Clam is going to be very interesting, and I'm very excited to summon like and be mad stacking these for Kokomi, because I am #1 Kokomi fan, in case you guys didn't know. But this is going to be a very must for those who have Kokomi, as well as Itto and Garo. I think will bring a very new take to that. Also, we got this Red Horn Slasher, which is the new Itto weapon, which is going to be kind of interesting. I'm excited to see the stats on this and what resources it takes and what it brings to us. So Itto is going to be nutty. He has a fat 4 combo hit. It's going to be fantastic. Next up, we have one of our mini bosses that is coming here. He's not obviously like, he does not look like a weekly boss. He potentially is, but he's big, rock dog snake looking. He basically turns into a big tornado. Once he gets low enough on HP, he'll summon a bunch of little minion dogs that will do even more damage. Now his attacks do apply a corrosion status, so everyone will lose HP up to a certain point. And when the wolf does drop below a certain amount of HP, he'll bring the wolfhounds out to assist it. So this corrosion status is going to require you to have a healer, otherwise he will just bamboozle you and destroy you. So make sure you have a healer on your team, and or shielder's not going to stop it. So this is kind of a nice little dodge to the shielders and a little nerf to them. So make sure you got your Kokomis ready, boys and girls. Next, we have our Shadows Amidst the Snowstorms event, which is going to bring us a 4-star Cinnabar Spindle sword item, which is going to be event exclusive, so make sure you farm that out and make sure you grab that. It also comes with a cool little snow hat, which I think is going to be amazing. It also features Eula and Amber, which is going to be nice to see them in the story, because I'm excited to see Eula kind of get a little more action. I kind of want to learn more about her, and I'm very excited. I might end up pulling for her and Albedo, because I don't have either, and I didn't pick them up when I first ran into this game. So I'm very excited, and it's kind of nice that MiHoYo is bringing out events like older characters faster, so people who want their favorite character, they'll be able to obtain them a little bit quicker, given the only one event at a time. So this is going to be kind of cool, a different take on it, and will probably allow you to max 4 stars and get more constellations for them a little bit quicker as well. For those of you waiting for Bennett or Jingshu, this will kind of bring a little bit faster pace to the game, which will allow you to catch back up if you missed it. This Shadow Amidst the Snowstorms event is kind of basically just like a typical race and fetching coins within a certain amount of time, but it also brings a different taste where you get like a little movement speed buff, and you also get like a little damage buff that breaks those giant ice cubes that you see running through. So there's 2 different like obstacles. Kind of seems like a very easy thing, but it's gonna be a little fun. I don't know why, but it always reminds me of Mario Kart, so this will be enjoyable for me. I really like these ones. These are some of my favorite type of events, instead of just go find, search, and then story talk lines. So this will be different, and it features Albedo, which I think Best Boy kind of deserves a little more credit, because he's been so slept on for so long. Along with this event, we'll give you a snowman that you will be able to take and hold within to your teapot. So if you get the snowman parts, you'll be able to bring them into your teapot, and you'll be able to enjoy them. So he won't just be a come and go event. You'll be able to keep your little snowman guy, which is also kind of enjoyable. Then one of the later events is the Bantan Sango case files with the warrior dog. This is basically you go around and find a bunch of different animals and bring them back home, is the long story short. You will also obtain a gadget that replaces your elemental skill, that basically allows you to sneak around, and you can like shoot a little cage at them, and it'll help you capture and move around and finish your mission without being detected. A new gadget will you'll also get a different gadget that allows you to obtain small creatures that will allow you to bring to your teapot. It basically makes clones of them. I think this is kind of their way of making it so as PETA doesn't go after them, but it's supposed to represent you taking a clone of them, and it recreates that animal within your teapot instead of just actually capturing the animal, bringing it to your teapot. So it's kind of cool. We're watching out for animal lovers. It's very nice. I like that. Lastly, we have the Energy Amplifier emission. This is kind of like a similar old event, but it has like a slight difference. The main difference is that like when they complete all tasks, they will gain all the fruit cores to the amplifiers, and you'll basically use these just to finish the event. It's very similar to the old one. So for those of you that played through it, you kind of know what you're doing already. And it's nothing brand new here. It's kind of just like the same, but I think it's very nice. We're getting a lot of primos out of this, so I am actually not too upset by this. And it'll be like stuff to grind out. A lot of people are always looking for new things to do, and I think this will bring like fun things to do. But the fun part is that there's not only just a first clear, there's also milestone rewards. So hopefully that, I doubt it'll be new primos, but maybe it'll be more purple books, which will be ideal, and or Mora, which is always needed and grind, like everyone needs to grind for. Lastly, we have a rerun of that Misty Dungeon Realm event. This is very similar to the old one, except it kind of brings new characters to the party. So it looks like we have Ball, Tartaglia, Jingshu, and Sarah as well. Nothing crazy new about this one. It's just going to be same buffs, do the 3 events, and then finish the final boss at the end, which is perfect. And at the very end, we'll have this marvelous merchandise. So this shop dude will come back. We'll be able to obtain primos and purple books and Mora as usual. It's just kind of the same old grindy stuff. But the final thing that we have is for those of you that are looking forward to this, in your Serenity pot, you will get Paimon, who allows you to just in your teapot. For those of you teapot lovers, if you're also so happen to be a Paimon lover, then I guess this is very nice for you and good for you. So I hope you enjoy. I don't think I will be adding her. I'm gonna be honest, I have not touched my teapot, so I'm kind of impressed and excited to see some of your teapots. So be sure to add me. I would love to see some of your guys' teapots sometime. Alright, you guys, that is our patch 2.3 update. Lots of new material coming at us, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm actually very, very happy with this, and I hope the community is too. Itto is going to be coming, Garo is going to be coming, Geos are getting a generally overall buffed. It's going to be insane. And also Kokomi hopefully will be more damage and more heals with this new artifact set. So the artifact sets I'm so excited for. I'm so excited to grind out. It's going to be amazing. They could be potentially really good. So we're going to be buffing Albedo. It's going to be buffing Arataki, Itto, and Garo. And then Kokomi is getting heals off this. And potentially other healers could profit off this new set. So with that, let me know what you guys think of the patch below. Do you guys think it's enough content? I'm really curious to know what the community feels. And I'm so excited for it. But that's all I have for you guys. I'm your boy Roman Puss, and I'm going to be taking off. Yeah, holy. Peace, beautiful people.